Visiting DJ downplays King of the Dancehall title. Stonebwoy fusing Jamaican beats with those of his native Ghana.
Nkonyenya Stonebwoy, macho Ghana vijijin to manya cho akwa duoma oyonaba alakla klang loga.
Stonebwoy there introducing himself in his native tribal language.
So the translation is, I go by the name Stonebwoy and I'm here in Jamaica. I was introducing my dialect, my original roots and ethnicity. The language I spoke is called the Ewe language, from the people of the Volta.
ER catching up with the DJ from Ghana after his appearance at Dream Weekend in Negril. Let me just be direct. Is Stonebwoy on the front burner as a major artist from Africa? Say like Burna Boy is on the front burner.
Yes, absolutely. It can't take only the Burna Boys, neither can it take only the Stonebwoys. It needs all of us to be able to stand in the front line, because it's a long coastal front line, and one man can't cover it all. And most importantly, I stand in the very immediate front of Afro dancehall music, which is the merger of Afro beats and dancehall. Some people will call it Afro fusion, but I have been very direct from inception. That's Afro dancehall and reggae music is what I've been representing.
How does Afro dancehall differ from what Jamaicans understand of dancehall?
The difference would be that Afro beats, with all the inclusion and all the, significant different types of traditional African style that come together to form it, which High Life is the bedrock of it, which is already actually born from Ghana, has that, and then has the Jamaican energy or the dancehall influence and reggae influence merging together.
Slow motion, better than no motion, yeah. Don't watch the condition.
Why is the dancehall reggae component so important for you?
One major part of my inspiration has been reggae and dancehall, right from inception as I was growing up listening to music. So I'm like, okay, with the talent that I got, what can I do? And I got that calling, I can say, to be able to push that type of style. Wizkid termed his Afrobeat as fun-loving. But I also remember that a Stonebwoy kind of Afrobeat style, which would be specifically known as Afro dancehall, has a lot of consciousness in there. And the Burna Boy style has a lot of consciousness. Not to say that the Wizards and the other brothers do not have songs that address certain conscious and societal or pertinent issues. So I would stand here in Jamaica and respectfully say that Afrobeat is not only about feel-good music. It is a music of message that inculcates, what we need to hear, what we need to know, and it taps into every aspect of emotion of humanity.
Who is pushing message-driven dancehall music in Jamaica?
In Jamaica right now, unfortunately, the majority of the sound you hear is all gun vibe, and which is what the youth have gravitated to show their badness. And then, of course, Cartel comes back from jail and tells you badness don't pay, and therefore you have to know God and preach good. So, of course, I would say that some of the songs are more gun-related and the violence, bad boy stuff, but majority of the songs are also saying some good stuff. Anyway, so it depends on what you... But Buju and them will still be on that forefront. He's an idol to Cartel and all of us. And he's a godfather to me, in real life.
But be honest, back in Ghana, is that badman dancehall sound from Jamaica resonating amongst youngsters?
Absolutely. Listen, the world is a global stage now, so when Massacre drops, whites, they get us in Ghana, I'm gonna sing it out loud. When you get me, like when Cartel drops a thing, it's coming. When Alkaline drops a thing, it's... I think Jamaican artists, as for instance I am with a lot of them, look to actually conquering or having the music cross over, and most especially if it goes into Africa, it gives a certain feel of fulfillment. And I actually make sure that happens, because I have my festival that runs it's been running for 9 years. This year is going to be the 10th year. I seek to make sure that I connect that bridge that brings my brothers and sisters over. I've brought the likes like Spice last year, brought Beanie Man, Busy Signal, you know, the kids going Jashi, Jamil, Tentic, the whole of them. The Shaggies have been, the Sean Pauls have been, you know what I'm saying? And today, I'm sure when Cartel comes around, it's gonna be crazy.
You're in Jamaica now, and there's a discussion. Who is the king of the dancehall? Who is the king of the dancehall?
It's interesting to know, but right now, this Cartel is a new, you know, Beanie Man has been a legend. It's a legend, still a legend. He grew me, he showed me a lot of love. He's one of my godfathers. What I gotta say is that the kingship situation is overrated. Cartel is doing even much more better than just to be a king. Likewise, Beanie and all of those, they're like, you know, Irish and Chin said something in that area, and I really respect what they said, because everybody to himself is a king.
But if you were to ask a young Ghanaian, somebody living in Accra, who would they say is the king?
Beanie Man has actually had that, the king of the dancehall name to his brand for so long that he would resonate to the mind than Cartel this morning.
But if Cartel reached out and said, I'm going to be in Florida next week and we're performing at a big arena and I want you there, you're going to be there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why not? Big up the teacher.
Who said them? I said them are the governor that me never hear.
Guess what now? The resurgence is high, it's crazy, and we love it. And that is good for persons like me who has been standing for Afro dancehall from inception. You know what I'm saying? So the more Afrobeat grows, the more I still get to do my work, and the more dancehall grows, the more better for me. So I'm actually a living proof of the collaboration.
Is it harder as a consciousness prevail in dancehall as opposed to somebody who is doing gun tunes or girl tunes?
Yeah, I think in real life.
Do you have a harder job doing what you do?
Yeah, I do not have a harder job doing what I do, because I'm known to be one that brings the message the way it's supposed to be.
See them run out with full clips, so them gonna stick you with like gun.
And music, of course, it's not gonna be tailored towards just one type of messaging. You know, even the Buju's have a lot of girl song, might have a gun song same way. So it's just the message that I trust that people wanna pick what they wanna pick. But unfortunately, many are drawn to, you know, the other side more than the really very conscious side that's gonna teach you not to do that, not to do this, not to do the other one, you feel me? So that's just how it is.
Where do you think dancehall is heading? And is it heading in a direction you think that's sustainable? Or is it being overtaken ultimately by beats and music that's not necessarily about where dancehall started?
About where dancehall started, there's a need for diversification irrespective. So I think wanting to hold dancehall to where it's really started is just like you want to draw it back. You don't want it to develop, expand, and explode. You know, yet still we have to check it so that it doesn't lose the originality and lose the roots. There's gonna be somebody who's been listening to trap the whole time because that's his era, and then now has to actually do the duty of where he comes from as a Jamaican and do trap dancehall. That's dope.
Is there a clash culture back in Ghana?
It's not as popular as, but we know it. We that are in the dancehall fraternity, we understand that clash culture, and of course, I've been at that.
But the war vibes is more of a Jamaican thing. That's
yes. Because guess what? It's a whole art on its own that has to be studied. Believe me, and I think why it is not that rampant, or it is not that widespread, is that it's not easy to study the war art and bring it on stage. You know what I'm saying? You need to be smart. There's a whole art to it that needs to be studied.
Who are you studying right now in Jamaica?
Oh, right now I think I've been studying, and I've got some good lessons. Currently, I stick to those that I've been studying. Big respect to Capleton, you know, the fireman who got his honor. I was on a flight, I told him that you have inspired a whole generation, and I can pass to be a grandchild in that regard. The Beanie Mans, especially the Sean Pauls and Shaggies and the Damian Marleys. You see this crop of artists, them, they give you a different type of, Masika, Nicely, Popcorn, big up, one of my friend them, Cartel basically. So I'm studying all of these ones because you have to study, you know.
But you're also looking to making new music. Who do you want to be in the studio with making new music?
Right now, to tell the truth, I'm gonna go studio with the Genius. Right after this interview, me I jump in, you know. On the current EP that is dropping, unfortunately, it ain't got no Jamaican on it yet. But she and the other one, Keeney Ice, they're doing so good, and they actually represent from my dialect. You see, the language I spoke earlier, and I got Beat Strap, Ghana new artist, hip hop. He's on that too, and one other guy called Yao Talk. So these are the guys that are on my EP, and I only said it here. I've not said it anywhere because I want it to be a surprise.
Give me a message to Jamaicans.
I go na mi akwana mi kaka Jamaica ba mi home dadie emi roja ha na mi onta na mi esi amenya ba ja ala ni gbakwe na na li mi segomo mi na mi anya na mi ana mi ha mi aga pogomo sese ta hodu wakata ba do mi encourage akwana mi. And in English, I said, yes, thank you guys for sticking and staying with us. Like I promised you guys, we'd have a great conversation. I know you guys have had one. And if there's any more questions, catch us on the socials that we're going to be, you know, addressing and activating it. So big up Jamaica. I don't know what's our Stonebwoy, Afro dancehall originator. There you are. Hold it tight. Big respect.
Bumper to bumper. What? Cover to cover.